So for the last 30 days, I have done 100 push-ups per day. Why would I do this? The main point is just that it's difficult for me to be consistent every day and do something that's difficult and productive and kind of boring. I've heard it said that the people that end up winning are those that are okay with doing the boring work. And I've not been okay with doing that boring work generally in my life. I have this spreadsheet where I keep track of the exercise that I do. And what I really wanted to do was to be able to fill out this column that says exercise. Every day I put a 1 or a 0, a 1 if I've exercised, a 0 if I haven't. And I honestly didn't know if I'd be able to do an exercise every day. It feels kind of silly to say that because it's not hard to do something that counts as exercise every day, but that's how inconsistent I am. Although this channel and my Instagram and a lot of stuff that I'm doing are about fitness and about trying to motivate people like you to just do something more than nothing, I need the same motivation. Like I need the same kind of method or game to be able to want to keep doing stuff. So I made a kind of decision spur of the moment via my Instagram stories that I was going to go ahead and do this. And then for the last 30 days, I've done 100. And to be honest, when I started, it was a mix of expectations. Like I thought it was going to be really easy initially because you could just do 10 like once an hour for 10 hours a day and it wouldn't even really fatigue you that much. Like I think a lot of people could do that if they spaced it out. You wouldn't get that sore. You'd still feel good the next day. Like what I found is because it's difficult for me and because it's that challenge that I was looking for, I wouldn't be that consistent and I would get to 9 or 10 p.m. at night and go, oh no, I still have 80 more or 100 more and I'm ready to go to bed. And so I would try and hammer them out, but if not, if I missed a day or if I missed a certain amount, then I would roll it over to the next day. So about halfway through, we went on vacation to California. And of course, that's distracting. Like it's a really challenging thing to keep exercising whenever your circumstances are really different or when you're in a new place. Like if you travel for work, that's really tough. So we get to California, walking on the beach and we're eating good food and we're hanging out with our baby and doing all these things. But it threw me off that routine. Like the little bit of a routine I had developed, it was gone. So now I'm all mixed up and I was like in debt, if you will, for my own push-ups for like 3 or 4 days. So it was like, oh no, I owe 40 from yesterday. And then I did like 80. I'm like, oh no, I owe 60 from the last 2 days. And so it kept piling up until finally one day I did like 180 or something in one day. And of course, then that affects you the next day because now you're more sore. So my chest has been sore, my shoulders are sore, my triceps are sore, so it's like this punishing thing to get behind on because then it's just piling up. Part of the goal was to maintain this overall amount of at least 3,000 push-ups. Like I know certain people view goals in a different way, like, oh, I didn't meet the goal for yesterday, so I'll just restart today with a clean slate. And that's fine if that works for you and you stay motivated, that's good. But I really wanted to complete the total. So my goal was this big number, 3,000 push-ups. I'm gonna do it. And so hence the catch-up action. The other side of that was that I didn't allow myself to do any extra and cut into future dates. So like some days I would feel really good and I'd be tempted to do more than the amount. And then I would also sometimes accidentally do too many. So I would have done a few sets at work, then I'd get home and do some more and total it up and go, oh no, I did 120 today, but I wouldn't let that mean that the next day I only did 80. So it was like, I'm going to do at least 100 a day, at least 3,000 total, and then at the end, if I end up with 3,200 or 3,500 or whatever, then great. And that's what happened. I'm a little over 3,000 total. It's been a really good experience. Like it's a pretty basic thing, but it really has just become a new normal, if that makes sense. Like I just do push-ups now. I come home and I take my shoes off and I want to change into comfortable clothes and I do some push-ups, or I get to work and there's a little lull in the day, I do some push-ups. Like it's just part of life. It was difficult in the beginning, but I had been doing some push-ups and stuff throughout the year because I have these goals: 2,020 pull-ups, 4,040 push-ups, and 6,060 ab exercises for the year. Just kind of a little game. I like to try and gamify things, like have a little fun with it, have a goal, have a number to try and reach, shoot for that for the year or the month or whatever. I had been doing some push-ups to try and work on that overall goal of 4,040 for the year. So I was like a little bit kind of in shape for it. I mean, I'm not in great shape, but my body was a little bit acclimated. But the first week was a lot harder than this last week has been. At this point now, being 4 weeks in, it's pretty normal to get through 40 or 60 or 80 in a relatively short time span. Like I can pretty much do sets of 20. That's kind of been my method, is to start with a set of 20 and then see how I feel after that, go down to a set of 15 or down to a set of 10. Rarely was I like doing singles. Like, it was never quite that difficult for me because I wanted it to be doable and I wanted to not risk big injuries or anything else through it. So I would kind of break it down into sets and do them whenever I could. Here lately, I've been able to just do a set of 20 and then wait 2 or 3 minutes, do another set of 20, wait 2 or 3 minutes, do another set of 20. What else do I want to say? Oh, so in the beginning, I didn't do this to try and look better. This is not an aesthetic goal for me. This is a discipline goal. This is something that I want to do that's a mental challenge for me because it is monotonous and boring. And I want to get better at accepting those kinds of challenges just in life in general. So it has a positive effect on my body, but the goal is not to shape my body. But just for sake of comparison, I did take a couple of progress photos, so basic. But here's a photo of me on day 4. I'm about 6'5", 220. So then partway through while we were in California, and this is like day 16-ish. And then finally here at the end, as of today, here are the sort of after photos. Of course, I had to cheat a little bit and shave the body hair to show off the magic sculpting of 30 days and 3,000 push-ups worth of change in my body. Yeah, I'm really happy with what's happened overall, and I'm happy that I did it, and I've got 3,000 under my belt in 1 month. I did feel some like elbow popping and some shoulder tightness here on my left side while I was doing the push-ups. So that was a little bit concerning to me just because I don't want the repeated motion to incite injury. So I kind of watched that and tried different hand and like elbow positions. It didn't ever really hurt very bad, so I just kept going because I wanted to get to the goal. So then what's next? For the next 30 days, the next challenge will be running a mile a day. If it seems practical and my body isn't rebelling against me, I will also do 100 push-ups a day. It's a similar kind of motivation. Can I show up and do the work every day? Pretty much anybody can go out and walk or jog or run a mile, and it's just a matter of discipline and showing up if I can do it or not. I'm tempted to like daily vlog that. That might get really annoying because the video would be me huffing and puffing like holding a GoPro. We'll see. Might be worthwhile. And yeah, let me know if you like this kind of thing. Partially as an entertainment source, but also partially like in your own life. Have you ever done a challenge like this? If you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Appreciate a subscribe if you're into that sort of thing. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Love you all. Bye.